Chanel, and we're discussing graphology, the art and science of handwriting analysis. And we have Sheila Lowe with us. Sheila is an expert in the field. She's also a handwriting analyst. She puts out this journal, the AHAF, that's the American Handwriting Analysis Foundation. This is a non-profit journal. So if you want to know how to get involved with all these people, do give us a call. And we're going to analyze some of the handwriting of celebrities. We have some samples over here of some of the celebrities. I'll hold them up, and Sheila's going to recognize the handwriting and talk about it. Now, here's our first handwriting. Okay. Sheila, can you tell us something about this person?
Yes, this is Marla Maples, and you may recognize her name. She's been in the news lately as Donald Trump's girlfriend. And it's a very interesting writing because in a minute when we see Donald and his wife's writing, we can talk about why they may be attracted. Marla's handwriting is what we call a good girl. It's sort of soft and round, and it's somebody who really likes to please and wants to be good and liked. You see in the letters the G's and Y's, if you can see those long cradle-like, they're very rounded, long strokes, and they show the need for nurturing, for mothering, that maybe she didn't get in her background. So it's interesting that she would pick a man like Donald Trump to look for those qualities. Mm-hmm. So why don't we look at maybe if we have his...
Donald Trump's? Mm-hmm. Let's see if we have Donald Trump's over here. I know we have a few of them here. Do you do handwriting for a lot of celebrities?
Well, from time to time I have. I recently did one for one of the radio psychologists locally, and she wrote me a very nice letter and said that it was fantastically accurate, and she gave it to all of the people in her office and said if they would read it, they would know her a lot better.
And it's one of the famous radio psychologists we all listen to, because I listen to her too. Now here is...
Okay, here's Donald Trump, the one on the top, and his wife Ivana on the bottom. Donald's handwriting, and especially his signature, are very interesting. His signature sort of reminds me of a shark. It looks
it looks like shark teeth.
It looks like shark teeth.
It's very determined.
Extremely determined. You see, even without having a background in handwriting analysis, you know that. Mm-hmm. You can see it's very sharp and very firm. Now, one thing I might say about signatures is that they don't mean a whole lot of anything by themselves. Your signature is just your public image. It shows what you want the world to think of you. Mm-hmm. And the more your signature is like the writing, the more you are what you see is what you get kind of person. Mm-hmm. Let's not put that away yet.
Oh, let's not put it away yet. We haven't read Ivana's yet.
Right. I want to mention that his signature is a lot different from his actual writing, but it shows a lot of power and actual ruthlessness. And his wife is kind of stripped down. She's a very emotional person because she's got a lot of feelings and conflicts, but she doesn't know quite how to express those feelings, and she doesn't have the emotional nurturing on the level that Marla Maples had. And I think that's what he was looking for in her.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see. And she's the one with the children. Oh. Anyway, we have another one over here, and this is Jimmy Swaggart, I guess, because it is his signature. Now, you want to explain a little bit about...
Well, we have a before and after here. The signature on top is Jimmy Swaggart before all the scandal that we heard about last year. And it's quite different from the second one. This is where he has circled his last name. He's covered up. In the first name, it's absolutely illegible. You couldn't read what the name says, and it shows that there is a lot of covering up going on. He didn't want us to know who he really was. Now, the second one is after it all came out, and it looks very shaky, mm-hmm. but it's a lot clearer.
It's a lot clearer. So after everything was let out, he felt a little relieved, I guess.
And he was more open about who he was.
Now I know what I wanted to ask you earlier. Can you predict the future with handwriting?
I'm afraid not. It's not like tarot reading or palm reading or astrology. It is, as I said before, a well-documented science, and I would base my findings on measurements and very objective data in the handwriting. We can predict behavior to a certain degree, and I would say that I would expect at least 90% accuracy. You can't get 100% accuracy with human behavior because there is so much variability, but it's a very high degree of accuracy, more than psychological tests can claim.
Okay, you're in for more handwriting analysis. We've got, let me see.
Okay, here we have President Bush on the top.
On the top, President Bush?
President Bush, this is an interesting handwriting because it shows that he is a very good leader. His handwriting is very stripped down and simple. He gets to the point. He's kind of impatient, but he doesn't waste any time on the emotional stuff. Now, he's the one that talked about having a kinder, gentler America, and yet look at the second sample, and that's Michael Dukakis. He shows that he would have been the kinder, gentler person. He's a very feeling people person, very emotional, although he's reserved, but he really feels things strongly and deeply. But Bush is probably the better leader and decision maker. The bottom sample is Barbara Bush, and she's a good match for her husband. She's got a lot of feelings. She's very much into what's going on right now, but she also has a strong need to keep her distance. So I think they make a good match.
So that's the three handwritings we have there. We've got another one, if you're still into it.
Sure.
All right. Do you, when, let's see this one.
Oh, that's a very interesting one. There's a lot of anger in that handwriting. There's those long, straight strokes that I mentioned before they call resentment strokes. These go far more than resentment. That is a level of hostility. This is the handwriting of Ted Bundy, the serial killer who was executed, I think, last year. And it really shows a very hostile person who is obsessive-compulsive about acting out his hostility, and that he has a very poor ego. It's a very angry handwriting. It also shows his difficulty with women, and especially with his mother, and that he has no father image to call on to give him principles to live by. Not a nice person.
Not a nice person at all. Let me see. We have one more, and now who's this?
This is. Don't expect to read this one because it's written in Russian. This is Gorbachev. And I was very pleased when I saw this sample because it shows that he is a highly intelligent person. He's very well balanced and he has a lot of good qualities. And it's easy to see why he's been able to accomplish all that he has, and that he can work very well with President Bush because they are complementary types. He's got the emotional balance, and he's just an all-around, he's a good leader.
He's a good leader. Now I can see how very important it is when you're getting into business with someone and you meet them and you like their personality, you like their attitudes, you can work with them. But to wrap the whole package together, you need a handwriting analysis. I mean, you need to know what you don't see.
Exactly.
And, I think you're doing a good service. A very good service, and I'm very pleased with this nonprofit organization that you're affiliated with. You're the vice president of this company?
No, actually I'm on the board of directors as the editor and publisher, and also the public relations chairperson.
Oh, I see. So these, you have to become a member of the organization to get it.
Well, it is available by subscription and by single issue. They can anybody can get a complimentary copy also just by calling me or writing to me.
So, but then all the funds and everything are used to further the arts of
it's for education, right, about handwriting analysis. It's an international organization based in San Jose, California.
International, so it's worldwide? So you get people, subscribers from
South
everywhere.
Africa,
South
from
Africa.
Greece, from Italy, all over.
Oh, this is neat. Anyway, I do want to mention that this is graphology in the industry. So if you're out there, if you want to know anything about handwriting, I mean, this is a new subject. I thought handwriting was a parlor game. You know, you just scribble anything and somebody reads it. How about computers? Can computers analyze handwriting?
Well, that's a good question because computers are so much of a part of our lives today. There are some computer programs out that analyze handwriting. The ones that I'm aware of and that I have on my own computer are very simple. They are that trait stroke method that I mentioned, where you just assign a trait to each stroke of writing. And so the analysis that you get is very limited, and unfortunately the printouts are usually rather contradictory. I wouldn't use a computer program on its own, only if it could be edited, because there are so many little nuances to a personality that you need to be able to pick up on. Only a human can do that. At least so far.
Really? Huh. And let me see, beneath it all, that was the book that you had written. And people that call for the nonprofit organization can also talk to you about this other thing.
Sure.
Great. You know, Sheila, I really enjoyed having you with me over here. And did we discuss everything on the handwriting thing? I mean, did we tell all of you out there just what it is? You know, get out there, and if you want to change your life, change your handwriting. I guess it all starts that way. Just pick up. I know when I went to school, of course I went to a parochial school, and we learned with the Palmer method, where we had to sit down there and draw these large circles and to make nice handwriting, you know, to make our handwriting look good, so and legible and everything. But then over the years we develop our own personalities into it. And now that we've told you all of this, I know there's much, much more to discuss about handwriting. So give us a call. Sheila, it was wonderful having you with us. I know this time just flew by so fast. I'm looking at the clock and it says time to close. So we're closing today's Who's Who, and we were talking with Sheila Lowe. She's a handwriting analyst and a graphologist. That's two words for the same thing. It's an art and a science, and if you have any questions or would like to know more about it, do give us a call. This is Gina Chanel with Who's Who. Until next time, have a nice day.